Hey everybody, it's Tammy, and this is the newest episode of Where's the Sun. I'm trying to start the year off by keeping to my word, and I promised some people that I would still do some videos. So, again, my mess behind me. But we are in, well, I should back up, I guess. For the people who are new, the sun moves through the human design mandala. Every 6 days, it hits another gate. So during those 5 days, and sometimes a little before and a little after, you feel the energies of where the sun is going, or you can see it outside of yourself. So today I was sitting here. I haven't been feeling well, so I've been in, and I suddenly found myself looking at doctoral programs. I got my master's a couple years ago. I still have it on my radar to get my license in social work. Although now I'm doing a play in April, so I might have to push the social work license into like June or July. But regardless, I will get it this year. It's one of the promises I made to myself. In all that, I had to sit here and wonder for a second, and I remembered that when I met Human Design, it was in January of 2008. I had just, or because I had met Human Design, decided to go back to school to finish up all my degrees, as I dropped out when I was younger. I, shortly after, in about the month of January, changed jobs. So I was wondering what January, besides the fact that it's the new year and everybody gets hyped about that, what that meant or where the sun was. Last week was a little difficult. I wasn't feeling well. Some things manifested that I've had to deal with and try and figure out. But the best principle that I remembered during last week was that it's not personal, it's just energy. And that what comes to you outside of yourself doesn't always have to do with you. So I got less involved with the ego part of me. Recently, we have rejuvenated a group that I belong to, a wonderful group of women, and there may be some men in there still, that share spiritual crystal, like I'm playing with my little crystal ball, crystal energy information. We talk about everything, actually. There's probably not much we don't talk about in there. But so that's a great group, and it restarted. So it is a time for renewals for sure. But anyway, as I was sitting here, I decided I'd do a video and I'd look up where the sun was today, and it's in the second gate of the 61. And of course, as I let myself down by not finding this wonderful chart that I had made, almost 10 years ago, about, it was a little memory jogger for me for when I go through the gates. There's certain gates that I either stumble with every single time, because when I'm done with the video, I go and check to see if I've made other videos. I totally forget about. I completely skip some of the same weeks. So it's really kind of interesting how that all works. But so the energy of the gate 61 is truth and mystery. And a lot of that is knowingness. I have a friend who just knows things. And sometimes she'll send me a text and she'll have a idea about why something is happening, and I used to be like, oh no, that's not it, and now I actually take pause and I'm like, let me see how this plays out, because I think she's on to something. She can't explain how she knows it. She can't logically explain to me what made her even text it to me, but a lot of times she knows it. So that's the kind of energy that the 61 will carry. And if you don't have it defined in your chart, you may know someone who does. So you will pick that up and amplify that energy when you're around that person. A lot of what will happen over the next few days is going to be kind of that knowingness without proof, but you're just going to kind of wait it out, especially if you're a generator or a manifesting generator. especially because we're really not supposed to move forward and manifest from our headspace. We're supposed to find something outside of ourselves in order to move in that direction. Even manifestors should try and gather their information and their movement from below in the chart. It's the belief, like in human design, that you shouldn't do anything that's driven from your head or your ajna, especially if you're open. I'm defined in my head and my ajna. I usually get an idea and sit it out for a little while and wait. Then I respond to it because I'm a generator. Sometimes when you don't wait and you jump right in, you really screw things up. So if you have an authority or if you have a strategy that is easily to follow, wait. Trying to think of what else. My website's back up. That's good news. I fixed that problem, and I even looked at it, and the prices are correct. So anybody who's interested in information, it is still TammyMurrayCousins.com. That's who I was when I built the website. That's who it'll stay. And then if you have questions, you can reach me on that or on Facebook or here, wherever you'd like. So I guess in closing, to keep yourself from spinning in circles and getting into a real tangent in your head, if you feel that you know something, like I said, follow your type and strategy, listen to your authority, write it down, wait. If you are stressing out about like how could this possibly be or why did this possibly happen, don't try and figure it out this week. It's not really the week to do that. I would rather than that focus on something else and just wait for that answer to come to you, or just go with it. You know, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. So I think that's all I have. I'm so out of practice with these videos. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have a topic you want me to discuss, let me know. I know sometimes this time of year people are thinking about relationships. I can talk about different types and strategies and how to use that in relationships or family dynamics. If you are trying to figure out why on January 1st you decided you were going to go to the gym every day and you've only been once, and now we're on the 12th of January, you can, actually I can tell you about that right now, since we're all here. Basically, it's willpower energy, and the willpower, if you have your chart, is on the right-hand side. It's the smaller triangle. People who do not have that defined do not have an absorbent amount of willpower energy unless, like me, you attract people that have willpower energy that you're able to borrow. So people with willpower energy just kind of throw it out there for you to have, and you can take it in, and as you take it in, you're amplifying it. So in time or over time, it looks like you may have more willpower than those other people. I have a friend who can pick out willpower like in a snap. She's like, oh, I run this chart, you know, my friend's going to contact you, run her chart, I bet she has willpower, and the person does. I'm pretty good with what gates they have defined in their charts, so it's kind of a fun game to play too. So if you have anyone that you're wondering about and you have their birth information and it's okay with them, send it to me and I can help you out there. But if you do not have a defined will center in your chart, you are going to have trouble following through. If you do not have an open root in your chart, you are going to have times where you have adrenaline and times that you don't. If you have a defined emotional solar plexus in your chart, you're going to be on like a emotional type of wave. Everybody that has a defined emotional solar plexus has such a wave, and you can actually chart it out. If you're on the low side of a wave and you have a defined root and you run out of adrenaline energy while you're on your low side of the wave, that's like the kind of weekend that I'm having this weekend, where all I want to do is just hang out in my pajamas and rest. And I allow it because it means I need it. So there's all sorts of different types of reasons. It could be that you never wanted to work out in the first place. It could be that you have an open head or an open ajna and you picked up the idea or the belief from somebody else. It could be that you don't identify with the type of exercise that you're doing. So I love Zumba and I love yoga. I can't do Tai Chi, way too slow for me. I can't run on a treadmill. I fell off one time, burnt my shin. It was really funny, but I won't get on a treadmill. I'd rather run outside. So it's things like that. Look at what you're doing. If you're a generator or a manifesting generator, ask yourself if that's the right exercise for you. So on top of the way your centers are defined or not, you also have the ability to check in with yourself and make sure what you're doing is right for you. So I guess with that, I will close. I hope all is well. This has gone really long and I'm just kind of babbling. So I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.